Hey, what's up? My name is Tyson Brown and I want to welcome you to Tyson's Fitness Tips podcast. This is Australia's top health and fitness podcast to help you lose weight, look good with your shirt off, feel confident in your body, and finally achieve the goals you want with your health and fitness. So 5 days a week, I'm going to be giving you top information from myself and also from leading experts in the field so you know everything you need to do to get in the best shape of your life. From nutrition to mindset to workout, everything is covered in this podcast and you need to go nowhere else. So like I said, it's going to be 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, in your ears with quick actionable segments that you can implement straight away, because the most important thing is that you can put these things into play. Also, if you listen all the way to the end of the episode, you're going to get 2 special gifts that you can download upon listening to it. So make sure you listen all the way to the end to get those free gifts, okay? So let's get into the episode. What's up? What's going on? I turned out that, let's just say that I did a Instagram live yesterday, and it was about a certain topic that I'm going to speak to you about today. But the shit thing is that I didn't save the video from Insta Live, which means this didn't save. However, that's a pretty cool thing, because what that means is I can go back on this, and what I can do is I can do a personal one for you guys, which means even better is that it's going to be probably better quality. So we'll see how we go anyways. But I'm currently laying down here, not really laying down, sitting up with my head back against the windowsill. And I was like, you know what, perfect time to do this video, to this podcast, because I've been putting it off all day, and I'm like, it's one of those things I need to get done, I need to get it sorted, and I've just got to jump into it. Like, I've really found that if I let it get to too late in the afternoon, it becomes so much more of an issue. Like, at the moment, it is 4:07 p.m. Jeez, the day's gone really fast now that I say that. It's 4:07. And it's just like, I've been going back and forth, doing all these little things. And I'm like, I'll do it in a second, I'll do it in a second, I'll do it in a second. And then all of a sudden, it's been, it's 4 o'clock. Like, the day's just gone, and I've been up for now 12 hours. And when you think about that, it's really easy to put that in perspective when it comes to your fitness. You're like, oh, I'll do it later. Or especially on the weekend. Oh, I'll go on an hour. I'll go on an hour. I'll go on an hour. All of a sudden, you miss the workout because you've just been telling yourself that you're going to do it later on. So I always talk about doing the hardest things first, and it's really important. And this is one thing I'm still being consistent with, because I'm like, nah, I've got to do this. So I'm still doing it, but like, the earlier I can do it, the easier it is. But anyways, what I want to talk to you about today is something I talked about on my Instagram yesterday. And basically what I was doing is I asked a question for people is whether they feel comfortable having sex with their shirt off, whether they feel comfortable taking their shirt off in front of the other sex or on the beach or whatever it is. And people answered yes and no. And it was very intriguing to see, because not the fact that people are embarrassed to take their shirt off or not, but knowing why that's important for me personally. Because for me, I'm 23, I'm pretty young, I'm pretty vain, to be honest. And one of my big drivers to lose fat, what I'm doing at the moment, is because I want to feel good with my shirt off. I want to be able to look at my body and go, yeah, you look pretty good, mate. You look all right. But not just for myself. I want to be able to do that when I go down to the beach, so I don't have to suck in my gut, so I don't have to feel embarrassed about myself. And I especially want to do it where it's pretty important, which is at the in the bedroom. Like, if I'm going to have sex with someone, I want to feel confident enough to take my clothes off, to feel good about myself without having to leave my shirt on, without having to turn the lights off. And it's funny because I never had this problem before until my depression, until I started overeating. And it's just like, oh, I actually don't feel good with my shirt off. Like, I don't feel comfortable being able to take my shirt off with another girl. And I hate that feeling. I felt it on the weekend, which is when it kind of triggered me again, because, I've been losing weight for a couple of weeks now, about 3 kilos down, which is great. It's slow and steady, but it's just like, now I kind of know the why behind it. Like, the why I do it, the more you put down a why to why you want to do this, is the more likely you are to stay and succeed with it. So I'll give an example. For me, my why is to, like I said, I want to feel confident in my body. Why do I want to do that? Because I don't want other people to judge me. I'm a trainer, and I should be able to practice what I preach, and my body should reflect that. I also want to feel confident when I'm on the beach, because other people are going to be looking at me, and I want to feel confident with my shirt off in the bedroom. That is a big motivator for me, because I am, I like to think about what my self-image look like to other people. some people say, oh, you shouldn't care what other people think. And it's like, yes, to a degree. But when it comes to this side of things, I do care about what people think. That's why I'm a trainer. Like, that's why I want to help people. I want, I'm a people pleaser, you could say, which is why I work very hard for my clients. Like, I tell myself that I work for them because I do, and I want them to be satisfied with their results, with their coaching. So I'm always aiming to please them. And I'm just a natural people pleaser, which is why I do, this is another reason, like, I want people to go, okay, Tyson looks good with the shirt off. So that's a big motivator for me. And knowing that, it reminds me of things. So last night, I'm going to be honest, I actually felt like overeating. Like, I was like, oh man, I'm craving, I'm so hungry. And then I stopped myself and I'm like, whoa. If I do this now, this is going to make it a slower time for me to look good with my shirt off, and I'm still going to be uncomfortable. And I actually stopped. I stopped myself in my tracks, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. Fuck it. So I was really impressed with myself that I was able to do that. And it's because I could remind myself of my why. Now, the reason I'm making this podcast for you is because I want you to think of the same thing for your why. Because like I said, when you know your why, when you know the why, you can go through any how. Like, you'll figure it out, or you'll push through, or whatever it's going to be. Like, you're going to have that internal motivation to keep driving you forward. Because we have two types of motivation. We have external motivation and internal motivation. Now, with external motivation, they're things that can motivate you from the outside. A personal trainer telling you to get in the gym, music to pump you up, watching a YouTube video, just, gives you inspirational music. That's all external motivation. And it works sometimes, but it doesn't work all the time. It's just something there to help you move forward for those days you don't feel like it, but it doesn't always work, right? And you can't always rely on external motivation because it doesn't always work. But if you want a higher chance of, not eating over your calories, sticking to your workout routines, taking your 10,000 steps, whatever it's going to be, then what you should be looking at is internal motivation. And internal motivation is something that's going to drive you forwards towards your goals, that's motivating you from the inside, that you've created your own motivation that you can rely on. So let's think about that. Like, for me, my internal motivation is looking good with my shirt off. For you, your internal motivation can be anything. It could be wanting to keep up with your kids when they're running around. It could be wanting to stay alive for the next 20 years to walk your daughter down the aisle. It could be to prevent having heart disease like the rest of your family who's got some type of heart disease or diabetes or whatever it is. And everyone's why is going to be different, but you've got to think about, why do you really want to lose weight? Why do you really want to get fit? What is your reason behind it? Because here's the thing. When you know your reason behind it, you are more likely to succeed with your goal. Right? You are more likely to be going to the gym on the days you don't feel like it. You're more likely to eat healthy when you don't feel like it. And it's not like you're constantly going to be reminding yourself of this why, although you can. I like to think about mine every single day. I could write it down on a piece of paper when I wake up in the morning and go, this is why I'm doing it. But for you, it's just like, the more you think about it, the more in depth you go, the more internal motivation you're going to have. And I actually speak about this in my book, Ditch the Diet. I talk about the why exercise. And you ask yourself why as many times as you can until you get to that deep issue to find out. So it's like, I want to lose weight. Why do you want to lose weight? Because I don't feel good in my body. Why don't you feel good in your body? Because I feel like other people are judging me. Why do you feel like other people are judging you? Because they look at me when I take my shirt off and I can see their looks. So why does that frustrate you? Because I don't like the looks they give me and I want to feel confident with my shirt off. Why do you want to feel confident with your shirt off? Because if I feel confident with my shirt off, I'll be able to feel more confident in other areas of my life, and I might be able to pick up a girl, I might be able to get married to this woman, and I'm going to have kids. So it comes back, it goes very, very deep, but the more deeper you go, then you're like, oh wow, this is why I want to lose weight. Because most people go, oh, I want to lose 5 kilos. Why? Oh, just because I'm a little bit overweight. But you have to dig deeper than that. It doesn't matter how many, you might only go 2 layers deep. You might go, I want to lose weight. Why do you want to lose weight? Because I've got a wedding coming up. Because I want to look good in my wedding photos. Okay, that's cool. That's like 2 layers deep. That's fine. That's your why. But everyone's going to have a different why. You've just got to find out what yours is. And it doesn't matter what it is. If someone's telling you like, oh, you shouldn't have that as a why, that's in vain. They can fuck off. Like, you are going to have a specific reason, and that's you, right? Like for me, I want to look good with my shirt off. I want to look good naked. I want to feel comfortable having sex with my shirt off. Okay? That's great. That's me. And it's like, Tyson, geez, like, you care what other people think? Absolutely, I do care what other people think. I am willing to admit that I care what people think about my body, and I want to feel good for myself. So that's what my goal is. If people can say, no, you're wrong, you shouldn't be motivated like that, like, those fucking people can fuck off. And so for you, if you have that thing, if you're like, you know what, I want to look ripped and shredded on the six-pack on the beach so women can flock to me. It's like, okay, if you really wanted that, that's great. I don't want a six-pack. That's my personal opinion, but you might. If a girl says, you know, I want to have, this is going to sound terrible, I want to have a big ass so guys can stare at it, it's like, if that's what you want, that's what you want. Everyone's going to have different goals. Everyone's going to have different focuses, but you've got to know what your why is. Because, like I said, when you have that why, you're going to be able to get through those tough times. You're going to be internally motivated, and you're going to be able to keep pushing through even when you don't feel like it. So take some time, whether you're in the car, whether you're walking to work, wherever you're listening to me, take the next 2 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it's going to be, and just think about, why do you really want to achieve that goal you want to achieve? You might not recognize it straight away. It might take you some time. You might recognize it straight away. It might not take you as long. But you can just keep thinking about it, like, why am I doing this? Why am I really doing this? Are you doing it for you? Are you doing it for someone else? Do you really want to do this? Because if you can't find a why, and you're like, you know what? I really don't want to lose weight. I mean, my friends told me I need to, but I'm pretty happy with it. Well, that's your choice. Everyone's got a choice, and you've just got to know what your why is and what's going to motivate you if you actually do have that why. And if you do find out and you want to let me know, I would love to hear from it. So go to Tyson, the trainer, with 2 R's on Instagram. Hit me up and let me know what your why is. I appreciate you for listening as always, and I'll speak to you in the next podcast. Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate it. So now you've listened all the way to the end. That means you get some free goodies. So what you can do is you've got 2 different options, or you can take them both. I've got an intermittent fasting cheat sheet and a high protein 20 recipe meal guide designed specifically for you in your situation. These meal plans and this intermittent fasting guide is designed to help you burn stubborn belly fat and get in the best shape of your life. So all you have to do is go to the show notes, click on the download link, and they'll get sent straight to your email address. It's as simple as that. They're completely free. They're going to help you transform your body. So go to the show notes now and download your free guides, and I'll speak to you in the next episode.